joining us right now on the Rich Eisen Show Zoom line from the great Hall of Fame, the great Pro Football Hall of Famer, care of Frito-Lay and Beverages brands, is Randy Moss here on the Rich Eisen Show. How are you, Randy?
Hey, good morning, Rich. How are you?
I notice a golf cart when I see it. Are you sitting in a golf cart right now, Randy Moss?
Hey, man, I'm at a legendary charity golf outing, man, with some of the former Dallas Cowboys, man, Charles Haley, Lawrence Taylor. I'm just here and just being a big kid at heart, Rich, just enjoying my day.
Okay, so when you say big Dallas Cowboy people, I mean, how are you welcomed into the world of the Dallas Cowboys, Randy? I would think you're public enemy number one when it comes to that, Randy, to be honest.
Well, hopefully, Rich, the fans will forgive me about my playing time. But one thing about the NFL, man, it's a brotherhood, and just being able to show up for one another's event. Megatron Calvin Johnson is here, so just being able to just get around the guys. The Hall of Fame just passed, so it's just good to, as we get older, man, just getting around the guys and just having a good time.
Okay, very good. And did the Cowboys ever kick the tires on you, Randy? Ever?
No, not one time. And and the crazy part about it is them kicking the tires one time was, Jerry basically summed it up for me, Rich. He came and gave me a big hug one day during the preseason game when I was working for ESPN, and he just apologized, and it really felt good. To hear that coming from Jerry because of, how much emotions I had on draft day. So, hey, I respect the Cowboys. I respect the organization. Like I said, man, I'm just here to support a great cause.
Okay. So he apologized to you, huh? Did that surprise you? Were you totally taken aback by that, Randy? That's pretty wild.
I was definitely surprised by it, Rich. And that man is worth, so many billions of dollars. And, I mean, he didn't have to do that. And, it just meant a lot because I had everything tied into draft day about me being a Dallas Cowboy, and everything just put everything into perspective for me. And like I say, I still root for the Cowboys. I root for everybody in the National Football League, that is, but I still root for the Cowboys. And just here, I'm just here at a charity event, chilling with some of the Cowboys.
Well, last one for you on this. What if somebody had walked up to you on the field prior to Thanksgiving 1998 and said, one day Jerry Jones is going to apologize to you? How would you have taken it on that day on the field, Randy Moss?
I would have taken it. That's probably been a little bit of profanity, shoving person out my face. I mean, I was a little bitter back then. I mean, because, Rich, I put all my ducks, I put everything in a row, knowing that I was going to be a Dallas Cowboy. I come back home telling everybody, my mom, my friends, that I'm going to be a Dallas Cowboy. Draft day, they're telling me, hey, if you're still there at number 8, we're going to get you. So, like I said, I didn't know the business then, didn't understand the business then, but now I do. And like I said, it just felt good for Jerry to be able to get something off his chest that many years later. It was just a relief for me just to hear it coming from him.
And then one more Wayback Machine. It's the 20th anniversary of NFL Network, Randy Moss, this coming November. And, we're going down memory lane of some of the greatest moments we've had. Top 5 moment was Giant Stadium, the night when you and Tom Brady and the rest of the Patriots were going for a perfect regular season. What was it like for you in that game, Randy Moss, that night with you?
I just think there was just a lot of emotions flowing just because of what we've accomplished all the way up to that point, Rich. And we knew that we were one game away for going undefeated for a regular season. I just knew that it was going to be tough. I could just remember us going for the record breaker to 23, me running 60 yards down the field. And I knew that was our chance. And all of a sudden in the back of my mind, I'm sitting there like, wow, well, that was it. So as I jog back to the huddle, Rich, before I get to the huddle, I hear Tom say, hey, same exact play on one. And I said, same exact play. So I ran right back to where I just left, lined up, and we ran the same exact play on one. We connected the record breaker. And the crazy thing about that was I didn't realize how tired I was until I came over to the bench to sit down. So like I say, it was just so many memories. And like I say, man, we just fell one game short of just finishing that perfect season. But I'll always take the good memories and the bad memories with me.
Well, I mean, what a memory that I'll never forget that night myself. And If I'm not mistaken, was that 50 for Brady too? 23 for you and 50 for Brady?
Yes, he set a record, and I set a record. So and that was crazy. And, hey, this past Sunday, he had to go up to Foxborough, and they honored him at halftime. So I was up there a little hidden in the rain, but I had to support my man, Tom Brady.
Of course. Why not? So who has the football? If it's a record breaker for you and a record breaker for him, who has the football, Randy? Who has it?
I know I don't have it. Till this day, I don't even know who has it. But the thing, Rich, that I've always said about breaking records are meant to be broken. You have the guys today in this game that are breaking my records, that are breaking Tom's records. So it's just good to see the next generation of guys just coming up and just finishing where we left off. So it's a good thing to see.
Randy Moss here on the Rich Eisen Show from a golf cart at a wonderful charity event that he's participating in, courtesy of Frito-Lay. We'll talk about that in a second. What do you think of when you see Tyreek Hill this past weekend, Randy? What goes through your mind?
Nothing but speed. I don't know why the Chargers thought that they could just cover this man one-on-one. I just remember, Rich, back when I was in, it may look like that teams were playing and cover me one-on-one, but that safety was still over the top. I don't know why teams keep trying to fake like they're not, or disrespecting him and giving him single coverage. I think Tyreek Hill is one of those very, very special athletes that every single play you got to know where he is, and you have to honor him by putting somebody over the top. The Chargers didn't do it. That's why they went home with a loss.
And he's unguardable, right? Uncoverable? Or you think somebody right at all right now?
What can he not do? I mean, he can score from just putting the ball in his hands. He can score on the reverse, screens, deep ball. I mean, I like what Tyreek brings to the table. He's a great wide receiver. I can remember back when Steve Smith played and everybody was talking about how small he was, and to see another guy coming in and just picking up where Steve left off. So it's just a good thing to see, because you have the big wide receivers, myself, Megatron, Terrell, Devontae Adams. You have guys still like that that's going out there still making plays, but then you have the smaller guys that's getting out there making the plays look easier than the big guys. So I'm just a big fan of Tyreek Hill. I know that Tua's going to need his receivers with him all season. And I just like what he brings to the table, because he is a hard man to cover. And
I'm wondering, if I could tap into your competitive spirit, what must Justin Jefferson be thinking as he's hearing everyone talk about how great Tyreek Hill is? And he, no doubt, he was voted number 2 overall by his peers in the top 100 players for NFL Network. What do you think he's going through his mind as he gets ready for Philadelphia on Thursday night, Randy?
Well, I just think that the expectations for every man going into the season are very high. And, them losing a tough one, at home, and, he put up some numbers, but still wasn't on the winning side of the ball. So I just think that, what I like about this next generation, these guys work out together. They complement one another. They feed off one another. So I just think that Justin Jefferson being the number 1 target, the number 1 wide receiver in the National Football League, I think they have their work cut out for him, Rich. And the reason why, I just think that Dalvin Cook just being that running back and having certain guys in the box, I think they're going to really miss a guy like Dalvin Cook and his explosive play. So I think the sky's the limit for a guy like Justin Jefferson in that passing offense. So I look for big numbers again coming out of Justin. I look for big numbers coming out of Kirk also.
What's your thought on the Super Bowl? Who are you going to take before I let you go play golf, Randy? What do you got for me one weekend?
Well, Rich, I had the Jets. I had the Jets and the Eagles. And you see what happened, but I'm gonna stick to my guns, Rich.
Okay.
I'm not gonna jump ship. I think that a lot of people are gonna jump ship on the Jets, but hey, Zach Wilson has been in the National Football League long enough. He's had a year. He's had an offseason under Aaron Rodgers to understand what they're looking for. So, it's not going to look like Aaron Rodgers, but he can still go in and lead the team and put him in position like he did the other night. So I'm not going to jump shit. I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it Jets and the Eagles.
Wow, I mean, if the Jets still make the Super Bowl, that would be a wild story, to say the least. Randy Moss, that would be quite something.
Hey, it'll be a heck of a coaching job by Coach Saleh too. So. Like I say, I'm gonna stick to my pick. I'm not jumping shit, Rich.
I love these new commercial PepsiCo's, Frito-Lay, and beverage brands about coming out of retirement, Marino and Brady and Edelman and you. And Jerry Rice, Emmett. What a blast. I don't know. Who did you shoot your scenes with in this, Randy?
So my scenes were Dan, Jerry, and Emmett. And we had a blast. But hey, between Dan Marino eating all those chips and being full, and he's like, Randy, I think I'm going to burst if they have me eat another chip. So we had a few more takes. We had a great time, man. I just want to send a shout out to Frito-Lay and PepsiCo for bringing me in on this project. I had a great time of doing it, a great time of getting around the guys, and just being able to experience a big commercial like that. I know it wasn't easy to put us all together on the same set, but like I say, putting that jersey back on, going back into the tunnel, and then in our free time of just getting 15, 20 minutes here, just catching up with Jerry, Dan, and Emmett. It was just a great experience for me.
That's a blast. So, in all honesty, how many snaps could you give me right now if you did come out of retirement, Randy? How many?
If you're going to put me in the red zone, you can give me about 20, anywhere between 20 to 25 snaps.
Okay.
Hey, Rich Eisen.
Yes, sir.
Let me tell you this, Rich.
Yes, sir.
I still believe in me. I still believe. I think I might be able to. I got about 12 to 13 still in me in the red zone. Okay. I can still get up and maul somebody now.
Yes. Call Jerry back. Get Jerry on the phone.
Okay, so you give me 20 snaps in the red zone. How many touchdowns? How many touchdowns?
I said I'm gonna give you in a 17 game. I'm gonna give you about 12 to 13. I can still get up and get it, Rich. Now.
Okay.
Hey, Randy, we're gonna need you in Foxborough Sunday night. Let's go. Call Bill.
Can Jerry get Randy back on the phone again?
Bill.
That's right. You got a Cowboy and a Patriot fan in studio. They want you, Randy. They want you.
Hey, man. No, in all honesty, I'm just enjoying retirement, man.
Okay.
Seeing the next generation. I just told you about me being at the football game, the Patriots versus the Eagles, just sitting up in the stands in the rain, enjoying the fans, all the hollering. So it's just a great experience for me. And now I just get back to sit back and watch my kids, just watch the next generation. It's just a blessing to see, Justin Jefferson in Minnesota, Jamar Chase. It's just good to see guys like that just going out there and just keep the wide receiver, because our position, the wide receiver position is not in jeopardy. It's the running back position.
Yeah. So
it's just good to see all the guys out there still making plays, man, and just making guys like myself just smile week in and week out.
And you saw what happened with Aaron Rodgers. I'll be honest with you, Randy. I was just saying Jets should just go YOLO and call Brady. How do you think that would go? How would that phone call go, Randy?
Whew. The crazy, the crazy part about that, Brady, as much as he loved the game, Patriot fans don't want to hear that. Brady might entertain that.
Yes,
Brady might entertain. I mean, I don't know, but Brady could entertain something like that. But in all honesty, the organization brought in Zach Wilson, Rich, for a reason. They drafted him. And I just think just hearing Coach Saleh talk over the last couple of days about how they believe in Zach. And yes, he's young and he had some hiccups early in his career. But I think that the performance that they put up collectively as a team, winning the game in overtime on a return, hey, man, that can catapult a team. And yes, that Aaron meant so much. It took a lot of the helium out of the balloons for the Jets fan base, but like Saleh said, it's going to be up to him, this team, and led by Zach Wilson. So, like I said, I believe in that young man. But
okay.
If there's anybody that would entertain it, Brady might entertain it with that defense they got.
Well, I'm sure them saying that they're going to stick with Zach means Brady said no, Randy.
Yeah, I guess.
So say that. But Tom said no, but I'm sure they called him up. Hey, Randy, thanks for the time. Appreciate it. Go ahead him straight. How's the card looking on the cart there? How's the card looking for you today?
Well, we started out, Rich. We had Eagle, birdie, par. So
the team
right now, my guys just passed me. So
okay.
I'll go out there and see if I can smack something straight. Hey, at least I can contribute to the team.
Yes. You're right. There's no I in Randy or Moss. You're a team player. Thanks for the call, Randy. You be well.
All right, Rich, always. Thank you.
One of my favorites. Randy Moss, Pro Football Hall of Famer, calling in from the golf course, courtesy of PepsiCo and Frito-Lay right here on The Rich Eisen Show. Catch The Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.